Speaking of ideas that have already been written down, for lack of a better term, in 2008, you released an album called Speaking in Drums with your father, Joe Vitale Sr. How did that project come about, and what was the experience like recording specifically drums with your father? Explain that album a little bit to us.
Well, what that is my dad is also a songwriter, and that's actually his third solo record is what that is. And he had spent about 15 years or so putting these songs together. As he'd write new songs, they'd come along. My dad has had two other albums out, which is Plantation Harbor and Roller Coaster Weekend, that were out in the late 70s, early 80s, right around the time he was with the Eagles. And so he's been writing all these years and so forth. And so he's the primary drummer in the family, obviously, because of being what he does. But I've played on a couple of his tracks, and I helped write a few things. My mom contributed heavily to that album, too, helping my dad with lyrics and getting some song ideas and so forth. And we work as a family. We really do work as a family effort on all our projects. The other thing that's out right now is my dad has a book out called Backstage. It's called Joe Vitale Backstage Pass, written by Susie Vitale, and it's 40 years of my dad's life on the road, all humor stories, no dirt or anything like that. It's just fun stuff. And it's tons of photos in it, and we as a family put that together. My dad told the stories, Mom put the book together, and then I ended up doing the graphics for it with my mom and so forth. So it was the combination of that project and then my dad's album, which was a lot of fun to work on. And being Dad and I have a lot of different music tastes, so we always have kind of, we bump heads on certain things, but everyone does when you're in the industry like this, because it's all artistic and everything's subjective. So, but no, it was a great time. We had a lot of fun on it. We worked on that, man. Once we started deciding to put that together as an album for my dad and really go forward with it, it was a crazy process to get my album mixed and my dad's album mixed and everything else together. It was quite an undertaking.
Nice, man. It's amazing to hear a whole family effort with music like that. You don't see that very often, but you are one talented musical family.
Thank you very much.
All right. Do you have any current plans either for future projects, future shows, or maybe even a tour? Maybe not?
Oh, definitely. I have. Right now what I'm doing is, at the moment, what I'm doing is I'm working on several music videos to get out on the net and so forth and start getting that, marketing that, promoting the record that way. And then I am trying, at the moment, I'm getting some musicians together to start, getting this thing out and start playing it out live. It's difficult when you play most of the instruments on your own record to try to go out and perform it because you can't do everything, live. So I'm trying to get a band together right now to get out and start touring this project. And also I'm working on a remix record right now of this record. It's called The Virulent Strain. It'll be out hopefully sometime early 2010. It's basically a real heavy industrial remix album of select songs on this record, plus a couple new tunes, and then trying to put together my next primary record to be out later next year or early 2011. So.
Wow, good luck with all of that, man. Keep me up to date. I'll make sure.
Oh, I will, definitely.
I'll make sure something gets on here because, as you will all hear, if you stick around, which I hope you do, play a few tracks and it's all good stuff. So, one last question for you.
Sure.
Would you be interested in making a station ID for WXVU?
I would be glad to.
All right, so here's how the process goes. You'd say your name, and since it's a solo artist, you won't have to worry about the band. So okay. Your name, and you are listening to 89.1 FM WXVU Villanova Radio.
Okay, you ready?
Whenever you're ready, go ahead.
Okay. This is Joe Vitale Jr., and you're listening to 89.1 FM WXVU Villanova Radio.
Nice, man. Thanks a lot.
You got it.
Any last words?
Just want to say, if anyone wants to pick up the record, it's available on iTunes, and you can also get on Rhapsody and all the digital sites. It's also available through my website, joevitalijr.com. And if you're interested, I do keep a video blog on YouTube as well as post videos on there, and I'm also on, like everyone else, MySpace and Facebook.
All right. Thanks a lot, man. You have a great night. Thanks again for coming on air and giving us this interview.
Thank you so much. I had a great time. I'd love to come back.
All right. Sounds good to me, man. Take care.
All right. You too.
All right, everyone. That was Joe Vitale Jr., son of infamous drummer, infamous, famous, whatever you want to say, drummer Joe Vitale. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to play an ID Well, actually, first, stop out for late night at Villanova every Friday and Saturday night from 10 p.m. until 2 a.m. in the Conley Center. There is a variety of entertainment at late night every weekend, including concerts, comedians, dances, and food. And everything is free. All students are invited to attend, so stop out for late night at Villanova every Friday and Saturday night in the Conley Center. This message has been brought to you by WXVU 89.1 FM, The Spot. And you are listening to Heavy Metal Thunder. Up next, the song Dancing with Shadows off of the album Dancing with Shadows. Joe Vitale Jr. debut album. Hope you enjoy it. Coming up after this,